now present The Strange Romance of Evelyn Winters, the story of Gary Bennett, playwright, who suddenly and unexpectedly finds himself the guardian of lovely Evelyn Winters. Beauty Care with Sweetheart, the soap that agrees with your skin. Accept this promise of a fresher, clearer, brighter complexion. You see, for generations, lovely women have known this value of soft water for complexion care. You know this yourself. Soap lathers more abundantly in soft water gives that rich, deep cleansing lather you want. And Sweetheart soap gives you this effect of soft water with ordinary water, right in your own home. Yes, Sweetheart gives you extra lather, more lather than with the average soap. Prove it with this revealing test. Turn a cake of Sweetheart soap a few times in your hands and just compare. Massage Sweetheart's mild, pure, gentle lather on your face. See how wonderful its creamy mounds of extra lather feel. Notice how quickly the Sweetheart lather rinses completely off. Yes, you'll say this is almost like having soft water for complexion care right in my own home. And here's our guarantee. Get Sweetheart soap today. Try it in place of wrong soap and haphazard beauty care. Then either you look lovelier or mail us the wrapper and get your money back plus postage. Get Sweetheart soap today on this amazing guarantee. To Evelyn's distress, her little friend Jinny Roberts has been told that she has hidden talents as an actress. And it's Willard Hughes who told her, despite Evelyn's warning. A deadly, serious warning in which she said,
"Please remember, Mr. Hughes, it's my money, not yours, that's going into Gary Bennett's play. I'm just investing it in your name so Gary won't know, since he never accepts any money from me."
But in spite of this, Jinny goes to read for a part. And we find Evelyn now with her young suitor, Ted Blades, heading for the theater where the reading is being held.
We've got to hurry, Ted. I'm due at the Red Cross blood bank soon.
Oh, it won't take long. Gee, I think it's swell the work you and Jenny are doing for the Red Cross.
Oh, well, it's little enough. We're also collecting money for the drive that's on now. Oh, it's such a wonderful organization.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're almost there. Evelyn...
Ted, do you think we ought to be doing this? Maybe Gary won't like it if we come into the theater.
Oh, Gary won't even know if we just go backstage.
Well, he might see us.
Not if we stay in the wings. I just want to find out if Jenny's here or not.
You know, you're really very funny.
Why? Because I take a decent interest in poor Jenny? My gosh, Evelyn, she's your friend as well as mine.
You don't have to tell me that. Well, let's see. Miss Bean said to go down the alleyway, didn't she? The stage door was right around the corner.
Yeah.
And to get back to Jinny, Ted, I'm certainly just as fond of her as ever you were.
Well, then you ought to try to stop her from making a fool of herself. You imagine her trying to act. That crazy, innocent kid wanted to laugh her off the stage.
Oh, Gary wouldn't do that to her. But he will have a fit if he sees her up there. He'll think Willard Hughes is interfering with the casting just because he's invested a little money in Gary's show.
That's right. Think of Gary. Never mind poor Jenny.
I'm trying to think of both of them.
Well, think of Jenny first.
I've thought of her much more than you have in the past, Ted Blades. At least Willard Hughes has been good for her ego.
How? By filling her with a lot of false notions. By telling her she has the makings of a great actress.
A great theater personality.
Well, what's the difference? It's all a laugh. Only it won't be funny for Jenny. You never should have introduced her to Hughes in the first place.
But, Ted, I didn't dream... Oh, I wish I'd never gone to Willard Hughes. Then I'm afraid Gary will wish the same thing.
There you go. Gary and his blasted play. When your very best friend is about to be crucified.
Oh, Ted, stop it.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fight with you. Honestly, I didn't. I was just...
Thinking of Jinny?
Well, you don't mind, do you? My gosh, you've been urging me for years to fall in love with her. Well, I have no intention of falling in love with her, but can't help worrying about her a little.
I know. And I'm worried about her, too, Ted. And you're quite right. If she's in there, we ought to try and stop her. Look, this must be the stage door.
Yeah, looks like it. You still mad at me?
Of course not. We better keep our voices down.
It's so dark, I can't see a thing.
Oh, there's someone out on the stage reading. But I certainly don't see Jinny. I'll bet she's not here, Ted.
Maybe she isn't. No, wait a minute. Look over there in the corner.
Oh, it's Jinny. Oh, good heavens. Come on, Ted.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
What in the heck do you think you're doing?
Ted! Evelyn!
Shh, not so loud. There's someone out on the stage reading.
I know when I come next. I'm the last one. I don't think Gary and Mr. Gleason know I'm here.
Well, if that's the case, they don't ever have to find out. Come on.
Come on. What are you talking about? Let go of my arm.
Come on.
Ted, stop being so rough.
Well, tell her to come on, then.
Jinny, dear, look. You can't go through with this. You don't want to be an actress.
How do you know? Mr. Hughes says I have the making of a great performer.
Hughes. I thought so. I knew he was back of it.
Is he the one who told you to come here today?
Yes, he is. Is there anything wrong with that? He has faith in me, Evelyn.
Oh, darling.
Well, he has. He has absolute faith in me.
Why?
Because he thinks I've got something, which is more than you ever thought.
Jinny,
And I'm not going to let him down. I'm going out there on that stage and knock him cold. I can, I think. If only my hands would stop shaking, Evelyn. I've copied down the speech I'm going to do on this piece of paper, and the paper rattles so I can't hear my own voice.
Yet you're willing to go out there and make a fool of yourself?
Mr. Hughes says the minute I set foot on that stage, I'll lose all fear.
Oh, how would he know? He's just a stage-struck moron who's backed a couple of flops.
Only one so far.
Well, Gary's will make two.
And how do you know that?
If Jinny is in it, it's certain to be a flop.
That does it. That does it. Now I will make good.
Oh, Jinny, I didn't mean...
Evelyn, do you want to hear me read this speech?
You're not going through with it, darling.
I would rather die than not go through with it.
You'll die, and so will Gary.
Will you please stop undermining me at a moment like this?
Ted, the less you say, the better.
Okay.
As for you, Jinny, I just don't think it's right for you to do this thing without Gary's knowing about it.
That was Mr. Hughes' idea.
Oh, you surprised me.
And a very good idea. He said your friends are prejudiced against you. They never think you're as good as you are. So he told me not to give Gary any warning, just to sort of pop out at him, you know.
Poor Gary.
Evelyn, you too. You have always backed me up.
Oh, honey, I still do, but you're really going out there?
Yes.
Oh, then I wish you all the luck in the world. You want to read that speech?
Yes. Ted doesn't mind.
Go ahead.
Thank you. My dearest one, this is the saddest hour of my life. I knew this moment would come, and yet you see what I mean about the paper rattling.
Couldn't you memorize it?
I tried, but my brain just won't retain anything. I'll start again. My dearest one, this is the saddest hour of my life.
Okay, Jinny, you're next.
What was that?
Charlie, they do know you're here.
No. Oh, dear, I wanted to startle them.
Well, you still have a chance to do that.
Jinny! Jinny Roberts! Come out, wherever you are.
You see, now, there's just a wrong attitude right off the bat. Evelyn, Ted.
Oh, Jinny, dear, you'll be all right. You'll be just fine.
Sure you will. You just go out there and fight for dear old Willard Hughes.
And in the darkened auditorium where Gary is sitting with Charlie Gleason.
Charlie, are you sure you saw Jinny in the wings?
Listen, Gary, I know Jinny Roberts when I see her.
Well, then maybe she's gone. Maybe she got stage fright and ducked before her turn came along.
Say, I bet she did. I bet that's just what happened.
What a break for us. You're telling me. Can't think of anything worse than to...
Oh, here I am.
Oh, dear.
Well, Jinny, how are you? And what on earth are you doing here today?
Are you surprised?
That's hardly the word for it, my dear. I couldn't believe it when Charlie told me he saw you.
Well, I didn't mean for him to see me.
I gathered that.
We thought you'd gone when you didn't answer.
Oh, no, Mr. Gleason. I was just talking to Evelyn and Ted.
What? You mean to say they're here, too?
Well, they were, but they just left.
Well, now, that's too bad. We could have heard them read a couple of parts while we were at it.
Who sent you here, Jinny?
Was it Evelyn's idea?
Of course it wasn't Evelyn's.
Was it Evelyn's idea?
No, she tried to stop me. Ted tried to stop me by force.
That's so.
I always did like that boy.
Well, who did send you here? Was it Willard Hughes?
Well,
It was.
no, truly, it was primarily my own idea. On account of I've always thought I'd like to be an actress. I sort of have a calling for it.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
However, I'll be glad to hear you read, Jinny. What are you going to read? You see, I really don't know just where I could fit you in, so you go ahead and read anything you feel like.
Thank you. I thought I'd do that long speech from the second act where the girl says goodbye to her lover.
Oh, fine.
Wouldn't she pick that one? Toughest speech in the play.
Yeah, don't be nervous, Jinny. Remember, you're among friends. Janice King was here, too, but she had to leave.
Oh, thank goodness. I would have been nervous in front of her.
But you aren't now.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Carrie, if that kid has a fit of hysterics...
She won't. Okay, Jinny, then take it easy now. I could murder Willard Hughes.
So could I.
Ready?
Whenever you are.
My dearest one, this is the saddest hour of my life. I knew this moment would come, and yet I couldn't quite believe it. Paper rattles.
So I notice. Why don't you try holding it with both hands?
I have. That only makes it rattle worse. There's more strength behind it, you know.
Well, in that case, we'll just ignore the rattling. And please don't be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about.
Oh, you're so sweet. Another minute, I'll cry.
Well, don't do that either. Just read, baby.
My dearest one, this is the saddest hour of my life. I knew this moment would come, and yet I couldn't quite believe it. It's wonderful how we can close our eyes to the inevitable. But here it is, right here. I can't ignore it any longer.
Have you finished?
Oh, no, I'm just pausing, Gary. I thought a pause in here would be good.
Oh, Mama.
If only I knew where you were going, it might help. Where are you going? But no, don't answer me. I don't really want to know. I don't really care. You'll be gone away from me. So what does it matter where you are? You won't be beside me, and therefore you won't exist.
Did I write that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I'm not pausing now. I'm finished. So what do you think?
Good grief, what's that? Where'd that come from?
From the back of a theater.
You look around. I don't dare.
Uh-huh. Gary, that man is here.
Willard Hughes.
That's right. That sounds to me as if he liked to...
Gary bows his head in his hands for a brief moment. Is it possible that Willard Hughes really approved of Jinny? Don't miss what happens tomorrow. Women who long for a brighter, smoother, more attractive complexion, listen to Sweetheart Soap's sensational guarantee. To those of you who change from careless care with wrong soap to extra care with Sweetheart Soap, Sweetheart guarantees to help you have a clearer, fresher, smoother, brighter skin. You know how famous beauties prize soft water for lovelier complexions. Well, soft water helps soap lather better. And Sweetheart gives you this lather effect of soft water in ordinary water, right in your own home. Either you look lovelier, or mail us the wrapper with your reasons and get your money back plus postage. Get the soap that guarantees you greater loveliness. Sweetheart Soap. Will Hughes really try to force Gary to put Jinny in his play? And how will Evelyn react to that, knowing as she does that she is the real backer? Be sure to listen tomorrow to the following chapter of The Strange Romance of Evelyn Winters. Till then, this is Larry Elliott saying goodbye for Sweetheart Soap, the soap that agrees with your skin. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.